Wait, okay, that's fine. This is fine. The speed force is based on velocity, and it's powerful, and it's power that moves reality and the and the multiverse forward, right? Typically, when they say the multiverse, they're just referring to the multiverse map, right? So if it's able to move, if it's the thing that moves everything forward within DC, then it is going to be the first causal chain, right? And if Wally's going to be able to move beyond that, then he's going to be able to move beyond cause and effect itself. Right? Mr. Underscore as well.
Well, isn't the Speed Force contained in the multiverse itself, the map itself? Because I seen the map, like the Speed Force is contained in it.
No, the speed forces are beyond the source wall. Let me send those confused.
Source wall. Yeah, hold on.
No.
All right. You know, you've always been stubborn. Don't worry. I'll take care of Aunt Linda. She'll be fine, but you have to promise me you'll come back safely. Mm-hmm. Oh, Shepard, I'm coming for you. Distinguished guest.
Okay, I have a debug to it. Just because it's beyond the source wall, it doesn't mean it's like above it. I don't think it's above it like that. Unless you have to prove it. Showing like a statement that is above the source wall itself.
Yeah, so typically the source. Wait, what are you talking about? That it's not beyond the source wall.
The speed force, like
yeah, the speed force. Wait, well, there's like a pretty easy rebunk to this, right? The speed force is the deep change. The deep change is the source. The source is stated to be the strongest thing within the multiverse team up.
Wait, is it like a new map for it?
No, there's no new map for it. What do you mean?
So is this the same outdated map?
No, the map is pretty outdated, right? But what you see on the map is not the speed force. That's the speed force wall. The speed force wall is distinct from the speed force itself. If you want these counts to say why it's the deep change and why it is the source like a provider.
Sure.
But
what is the source wall anyways? Like, where does the source wall itself scale to?
The source wall within DC is just going to be the limit of thought, right? So if it's going to be the limit, it's pretty much like, you know, we would say outer is going to be the limit of material composition. To be beyond the source wall, it's going to be, you have to be beyond the limit of immaterial, of what we would call like the immaterial composition or something like that. It's just like the opposite.
You were humiliated and expelled all because of your own wicked deeds.
So the source wall is basically like beyond like physicality, and that's what
no, the source wall is beyond. Well, to be beyond the source wall, you have to be beyond physicality, and you have to be beyond what's gonna be, I guess, immaterial, right? Now, if you want to argue and say to be beyond those two things, it's gonna impose a contradiction. I don't really care. I don't typically argue things like that, but it's like verbatim stated: to be beyond the source wall, you need to be beyond like all confines of like thought, right? Now we would just call like conceptual things like thought or ideas.
Oh, you are using for beyond material composition. Yeah, that's our definition for this battle wiki.
No. I'm saying this, to be beyond the source wall is to be beyond what we would consider immaterial.
You know it very well.
Look, wait, hold on a second. Damn, wait. What was I gonna say again?
Right. So they just tell us it's beyond the source wall.
Alright.
You only brought me back.
Do you need me to justify anything else?
Wait, hold on. I wanna look at this scan first. Read it.
You taught me science.
Comic-Con. Oh, this is better.
Made me turn against my adopted parents and caused my dad's death. Then you ruined my reputation, while you stepping on my dad's grave and treating me like a rat in the street.
But I've been shown to the adopted father and getting blasted online. So it turns out Martin said it all along.
so is Martin. He must have proof.
Even a tiger doesn't eat his cubs. I never thought Martin and his wife could be so vicious. How did he kill their own son?
No, it's a lie. It's all a lie. He's slandering us. He resents us. Kill him out.
Well, let's just say they are above it. Like, I don't think they really like transcend the source wall itself.
Yeah, they verbatim have to, right? I have this gun for that as well. Hold up.
Yeah, I've been doing alright. This working and stuff. Yeah. Let me up now. Alright. Since you just said that, that's very disrespectful, bro. Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, so where is it? Yeah, we have to transcend that eye. So when they typically move through dimensions, they transcend into those dimensions. They have to alter their ontologies to interact with these things.
This is the Space Force team? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. So they want to get to the source. They have to go through the barrier or break the barrier. The barrier is obviously going to be in reference to the source wall. And they have to transcend to reach those things.
Alright, so I think I understand this now. So it's basically like, yeah, it's just their speed itself is transcending. Like, I don't think they're like, yeah, their ontology
it's not
transcending. Since their ontology is going to be physical, so it's just a speed itself.
That's what I'm saying, right? So while their ontology is going to be physical within this instance, if they're transcending, they're changing their ontology, right? So if they're able to change their ontology via like speed or whatever, it doesn't matter. They're still able to change their ontology to interact with these things.
Okay, how could they change their ontology? I don't think that really makes sense. Unless you're like, you're like the world of Virgil who could like.
So typically within DC, we just know that ontology can be changed via like several methods, right? You could change your ontology via size alteration. You could change your ontology via like boom tubes. You could change your ontology via vibrations. Like there's like a lot of ways to change your ontology, right? Or you could even change your ontology by moving faster than the speed of light within DC, right? These characters are just able to transcend by being able to shift their ontology, by vibrating at a level, they're able to ascend. Alright, so if it's going to be the case that these characters are able to change their ontologies and they're able to be pre-causal in nature, well, not them, but Wally West is, then Wally West is just going to beat anyone within a causal chain.
So you talk. Hold on. What was that?
How dare you defend me?
So like, let me get this straight. Actually, wait. I'm gonna try to use another debunk. But it doesn't make sense though, because like, there's another comic that says like, no, it was with Shazam. You try to go to another dimension, but he can't go there because like, he's not like capable of doing that. He would
because that's fine, right? If he doesn't have the capabilities to shift his ontology, that just further reinforces my point, right? To go to these higher realms, you have to shift your ontologies. Because Shazam couldn't do it like that. What you said?
I'm trying to say that only the speedsters can do that.
No, not only speedsters. There's like a lot of people could do it. Darkseid could shift his ontology via boom tubes. New gods could shift their ontology. Old gods could shift their ontology. Superman has shifted his ontology like numerous times. Who else has shifted their ontology? Mixed like fifth dimensional beings have shifted their ontologies. Demons, like everyone from like a lot of people from like the gods and above shift their ontologies. And who else did it? Wonder Woman does it as well.
Well, like, wait. If they're shifting their ontology, how come they won't like stay in that form forever instead of like going back to normal? So that means they can't really stay there for long then, meaning that they're not consistent.
Because when well, no, they could stay there for long, right? But typically, when these characters are shifting their ontologies, right, the you can't like be, I guess, outer, right? For example, right, and be much within the material realm, right? That's obviously going to be a contradiction, right? So if these characters are at least want to stay within their realm and want to stay home, they would have to reboot back. And that's because how are you going to be immaterial until be able to interact with material composition, right? Obviously, that's going to be a contradiction, right?
You know why I went against Mark? When I was a teen, my parents died in a car crash. I was raised by my parents, and my aunt was killed.
It's like another kind of like any of the species interacting with the immaterial, like something that's not physical. Can you show me that?
Interacting with the deep change.
Or something like that, yeah. Like,
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah, I have like a
it
scan
would
of
be
them
able-
interacting with something.
Because the thing is, like, all you know, like I say this to like when it's fiction, like you're capable of like what was I say? There's something that is called non-physical interaction. You can have non-physical interaction while you're like so like physical stuff. You could have that in fiction. Or like, it depends like the power system.
That's gonna be a contradiction, right? Hey, what is this? Is this kind I'm looking for? So this is reality form. All right, okay. So within this realm, right, they verbatim tell us, right, that this is gonna be fake causality, right? Obviously, if it's gonna be fake causality, it's gonna lack causality, and causality is gonna be an illusion, right? So therefore, it's not gonna be real, right? And within this same scan, let me get the next scan.
Yeah, that's fine, Sean, man. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's all good, Sean, man.
I'll never be easy. Please let me stay by your side.
Andrew, right now, I don't hate you, and I don't resent you. It's just, what happened is like a string stuck deep inside, and I just can't pull it out. As for forgiving you, I really just can't do it.
Mom, I understand.
All right. Right. We see like Wally's kid is just able to interact with conceptual things, conceptual math via like the speed force, right? So obviously these things are able to interact with these things.
He has truly changed his mind.
Not your uncle. I just can't bring myself to face him every day. Besides, he's a smart kid. He deserves a wider world instead of being tied down to me.
So like, is this like a immaterial world or something?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a world that lacks causality, that lacks physical mass, right? All it has is just like conceptual things, conceptual math. It's just the place that these ideas are formed, right? And what's his name? Wally's son, he's able to interact with these imaginary things, right? He,
Okay, so like, let me get this straight. You see how like the characters here, like, okay, since that's the immaterial world, everything is about physicality, and the characters itself, like, so you're telling me like they're not having like a physical body in this place then? Is that like
yeah, they're all well within it, yeah, we could just infer that they don't have like a physical form, right?
I hope I'm making the right choice.
Okay, with this logic, then how come maybe see that for Dragon Ball? You guys like want to go against it then?
I'm confused, right? Like, you have to tell me like what feed in particular, and then I can probably discuss why I don't believe the feed.
You still have to start with God.
Like, this is the same thing like when other world itself when it says like it's a non-corporeal world, non-physical, everything else, and it has like no time and space, and then like
Yeah, so typically, typically why I deny like outer world in the first place is because the scaling is contradictory, right? So when we say it's going to be immaterial, right, we mean that it's going to lack material composition, it's going to lack material things, right? But yet still the reason or the way by which Goku scales this thing is via is via like an interaction that necessitates material composition, right? How is vibrations going to interact with something that's immaterial? If it truly lacks material composition, right? Typically, when they say it's going to be like metaphysical in nature, we could just like assume, or we could probably just make like a inductive argument, right? That it's more likely to be in reference to it just being the afterlife, rather than something that's actually like material. But then again, I don't care if he's outer or not. Like, I don't think these scales actually matters. I just think that's in reference to ontology. I don't think that scales anywhere.
Man, I can
It's all
literally,
granted. I just don't think it does anything.
you don't think it does anything. So you're trying to say like, let's just say like before characters are gonna be outer, like Goku and YOS. You still listen to say like YOS will win. Hello?
Well, it depends on how you define outer, right? If you define outer as just being able to lack, I said it depends on how you define outer. If you define outer as just lacking material composition, then if he does lack material composition, I guess then you could argue him outer. Like that's just ontology. Like if you define outer as just being like immaterial, and then like a causal, then most characters don't even hit outer. And if you define outer as just being like beyond dimensionality, right? Or it's able to like affect like the what do you call it? Like the like dimensional like structures. Then I guess like more characters might be the character. But as of now, like most characters are not transcendent of like physical composition. Or not like entirely.
Well, this is the thing though. Like, see, this is what I mean. I feel like when you guys like try to say this, like you're just like you're taking an appealing to reality. Like, fiction is their own world, so they can do anything. Like they can do anything if they want. Like unlike us in the real world, we cannot do things.
Well,
that
they could do anything, right? They could do anything, but that would not solve them from having contradictions, right? If you were to see, if unless you're arguing for contradictions, but if you're arguing that a Dragon Ball is going to be like illogical by nature, then all I would need to do is give a fallacious argument for like why my character wins, right? Because they're not going to be adhering to laws of logic. So I don't need to use logical arguments to Dragon Ball.
He's just a kid. Besides sending me a couple of texts, he hasn't done much. I'll take him home.
But if I'm trying to be good faith, then I'm going to tell you it's going to be a contradiction. And if you choose to accept that contradiction, that's on you.
Yeah,
that's some.
Any fictional verse.
There's
there's certain things that could be consistent though. Like
Mini, that's some parrots. I got some parrots over my house right now. What you said?
no, what I'm saying is, yeah, there could be contradictions within fiction, like any fictional verse, but like some certain things would be consistent. So, like depending on the context, when the source material.
Even if it's consistent, or not, it's still a contradiction, right?
But they already explained already why, like, when Otherworld is solved, like, when in the metaphysical world, like, when they're describing as that, like, it means that it's about physicality, like, and then, like, Goku himself, like, he was granted, like, his body there. Because, like, why? Because meaning that he granted non-physical interaction in that place.
Yeah, but let's say that I agree to that, right? And he thought that he has, like, the ability to not interact with things, then his ontology wouldn't be outer. He would just have a heart to interact with things that's immaterial. But outer is just ontology. It's literally just ontology.
No, outer's not ontology. It's your AP as well. It doesn't have to be ontology.
It's not.
I don't want to go.
What
like,
AP?
I don't want to go back and forth with you again on this. Like,
outer like explicitly denies what do you call it, AP by nature or by virtue of what it is. If you're immaterial, you have no AP.
Yeah, your ontology. Okay, again, like your ontology could be outer too, but your AP as well. Cause there's different like
what
wikis that have the definition like a character would have to affect or destroy the set realm that was skilled to outerversal. Yeah,
then it's not going to be out. The realm itself is not going to be outer.
I can literally.
Okay, so because like typically. Alright, so let's say that I guess there's like a realm, right? And it has no material composition. It has no I guess it has no material composition. It has no time, right? Or why is that even gonna be above like destroying a pencil, right? All it means it gives you it gives you the ability to interact with things that's like outerversal. It doesn't like upscale your AP.
It would upscale your AP. So it's connected to the AP. Like in Dragon Ball, everything will be connected to the AP because it's a power system and
It
a
just
light.
gives you a different interaction model.
Like again, it's not.
Who's
It's not
using
just,
circular logic?
it's not just interaction, but
Yeah, like I'm
even
saying
weird.
I'm not well, I disagree with it being AP. I just think it's a different interaction, right? Model, right? Because when we say it's outer, it's gonna lack. When you say AP, right? What is that in reference to?
What's it again?
Like when obviously when we say AP, it's gonna be in reference to I guess the potency of what you could hit someone thing, right? It's gonna be in reference to uh what's this shit, bro? It's not it's speed times like no about what do you call this shit, bro? It's going to be in reference to like
Wait, what's the guy talking about in the
what is
chat?
it,
Is he
bro?
talking to you or me?
I don't know if he's talking to me, but I've been doing circular. I've literally just responded. I haven't given an argument for anything besides for volume.
Andrew said he wants to get the water.
Yeah, but I can literally show you like a definition
No, but
I
AP's
have for outer. Like I have one here.
yeah, we could take. I'm saying that even if I accept the definition, typically it just refers to like ontology. Oh, unless there's some definition I haven't seen. Most oftentimes it's just ontology though.
That's why he asked me not to tell you. Aunt Linda.
Yeah, but it's the ones that you look at only. That's just versus Battle of Wiki look at only. That's reference to ontology. I saw something that you could like affect something that is outer. I saw something versus Battle. If I'm not
Explain
mistaken.
yourself.
Okay, is this the right one?
Yeah, but that's not necessarily AP.
See, look at that.
That's not necessarily AP. That's just
affect
like
structures. I told you, you can affect it, mean that it becomes
transcendent.
This is one of the definitions I use for outer.
Is this the old? Is this the old definition? The hell?
No, it's
Is
not
this the
old.
old
This
definition?
is still the recent one. Like I go back there like a couple like last week.
I don't even think that's a recent definition.
It is a recent definition. This is it is a recent one. I can literally go back to that website and screenshot it right now. This lady is.
Characters or objects that can affect structures that transcend the concept of dimensionality as a whole and is beyond any concept of dimensional measure, or can also be beyond the concept of space and time in context to theoretical concept transcending all possible and imaginable extensions of dimensionality. However, these would be logically treated as higher. I'm not gonna lie then. If this is the definition you're abiding by, right?
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
You understand that you have a higher bidding to fulfill right now, right?
Yeah, repeat that because you weren't.
I'm saying that if you're abiding by this definition, which I'm perfectly fine with as well, right? You understand that you have to prove that there exists all possible extensions of dimensionality within Dragon Ball, right?
Well,
can you
that's
fulfill
just
that
the
with
bottom part. You don't have to like use that bottom part. You can use like half of the part on top too. Like you do realize that.
What do you mean? What do you mean is the bottom part? It's within the
Yeah,
definition.
you're talking about the all possible and imaginable like instructions.
It's within the definition. It's not all.
Yeah, it's made a definition, but you don't have to use that. And then I apply it to my own like.
Yeah, just let me read it back again. I think I'm confused.
Well,
Wait,
yeah,
let me
Dragon
sound
Ball
confused.
has like the top part anyways.
Wait, let me read it again. Characters or objects that affect structures that transcend concepts of dimensionality as a whole and is beyond any concept of dimensional measure, or can also be beyond the concept of space and time in context to theoretical concept transcending all possible and imaginable. Okay. So what do they mean as a whole here? Is it in reference to like it? Okay, no, I can make the induction. Okay, that's fine. Then this is probably like worse for you. Like I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you check. How am I say this?
Well, yeah, Dragon Ball, you wanna have like infinite dimensions.
Dragon Ball has like the top part here. Like we're talking about like beyond the concept space and dimensionality. It has that.
Nope.
For Otherworld, same thing with
it has what beyond the concept of space.
Huh? Yes, it has that. You hear my skill for my character multiple times. You've been hearing it.
Bro, I don't listen to Dragon Ball skills, bro. That shit going on with it. What?
I mean,
Is
of
that the
course,
second definition? Or is that the first one? Is that
I
the
mean,
first and
like this
second
one,
one?
like as I'm telling you, like this is one definition I used, and there's another one I forgot what it's called. Then I put it into my own, like a character that can affect or destroy a realm
No,
that
I'm
is actual
asking what
class.
definition? What definition?
What definition of what?
I'm asking you what's the definition you're using? The first one or the second one?
I'm using like the first one here, like the top part, and it says like characters that can affect structures.
Characters or
See
object?
how
The
you see how
top
it says
one?
structures? Yeah, like other world is a structure, and a character can affect that, and all that it has like outerversal criteria.
Okay, so yeah, but that's not the full definition, right? Because they're saying characters or objects that can affect the structures that transcend the concept of dimensionality as a whole, right? So you would have to prove that they transcend the concept of dimensionality as a whole when they
Well,
reference
like
the
there's
concept of
multiple
dimensionality
things
here.
for like for God chunk to say
And
like
why is it
there's
not going to
beyond
be in reference to, I guess, like infinite spatial transcendent dimensions?
infinite spatial and transcendent dimensions. Well,
Well, they're
does
saying
it say it
transcend the
here?
concept as a whole, right? So you have, yeah, they say transcend the concept of dimensionality as a whole. So you would have to, right? And is
Well, all
beyond
the
any
well,
concept of dimensional measure, right? So you have to be beyond any concept.
well, I mean the whole part like all the like when like the source
Yeah,
material
so you
itself
would have to
already.
justify why.
Mm.
Yeah, but like what in Dragon Ball has the justification to believe that it's above all concept of dimensionality when the best skill I've seen for it is like 40. That's not above all concept
It's
of
not.
dimensionality.
Well,
If I could
it's
bring like a dimensional structure that's conceptually what you said.
it will not be 40. It's always gonna be like outer. Like what we use for like other world and stuff. Like
Uh,
first off, like yeah, it does say like
that's what I'm
transcendent
denying
dimensions,
here, right?
and then afterwards it says that it doesn't like have any like it doesn't have the constant time space. It doesn't have the constant time space, and not have dimensionality. And all this
Which
be as a
you,
whole.
you have to be
And no,
you have
like
to be consistent, right? Which definition are you using? That's why I asked. Are you using the first one or are you using the second one? Because both of them have problems.
well, like I say, I use the first part like until like we stop at like space and
If you're
time, and that's
using
it. And that's
if
it.
you're use if you're using the first part, right, and someone is able to conceptualize some form of dimensionality that doesn't exist within Dragon Ball, in the sense that let's say there's like five structures within Dragon Ball or five dimensional structures, and I'm able to conceptualize a sixth, and you're not able to provide me that there is a sixth, then it doesn't fulfill the burden of being beyond all conceptual measures of dimensional structures. It just wouldn't be out by this definition.
Yeah, it would be. I don't think it really matters how many structures it would have. I don't think it matters how many like dimensional
It literally does though, because they're literally saying within the definition, structures that transcend the so the idea, yeah, so they're saying it has to, yeah, right, and is beyond, yeah, they're saying and is beyond any concept of dimensional measure, right? So if there is some dimensional like structure that could be measured, right? In the sense that it's like, for example, qualitative, right? And you're not able to fulfill that burden, then it's not outer because you're still confined to the idea. You're not beyond it. You're simply within it.
They wouldn't be wearing with that logic. I think with
Semantics.
that, yeah, with that logic, I can apply that to DC. You do realize that, right? This will debunk every fictional verse. You know that, right?
Bro, who's man AI? Is not like yo dude.
I don't know who that is. This guy keep like, who's this?
What?
I dream do I know who that guy is, bro?
What did you say?
Oh, JJ. Hey, came here late. This isn't going nowhere. This is going back and forth arguing like what's out of it.
What's good?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Alright, so what was the response? I'm not gonna lie, bro. If you wanna get better, bro, just deny if it's about to wiki, bro. Your scaling genuinely sucks.
It
Deny
doesn't
all
even
turns
fuck your
systems.
skin. So you try to see ontology, only ontology outer. No, like your AP and power, like consider powers could be like outer as well. Like you have to understand, like this is gonna be, this is fiction. Like you can't just go by like real life logic, bro. Like, I don't know why you're trying to do that. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why you guys.
I'm not hearing you.
You're not.
Is my internet bug here?
No, this is my phone listening. Hold on. I don't know. Guys. What I'm saying is, like, I don't know why you're trying to, like.
Wait, what you said?
No, what I'm trying to say is, I don't know why you're trying to, like, apply real life logic. Like, this, like, here's the thing, like, what you're saying with this debunk.
What do you mean I apply real life logic? No, it would debunk your verse, and then like I'm gonna debunk
No,
DC.
it would
I'm gonna be
debunk
fine,
your
bro.
verse too.
I'm gonna live.
Your verse seems like your verse has the most.
How would it debunk DC?
It would. Cause like how you're
DC?
shifting
What
like, and
contradictions
changing
does DC want?
ontology, that doesn't like.
Are you arguing outer for DC?
Wait,
He's
what's the
still DC
contradiction
outer,
with
you know?
us?
He's going DC outer. But I'm just trying to explain to him like your AB could be outer as well. That's not showing like definitely like this definition here like.
I don't think no.
That's
I don't
what other
think
world
AP could be outer. I just think AP just. Yeah,
No,
but that's
your
what I'm like
AP
refuting right now, right? Even by this definition.
and I can literally provide like
Even by
like,
this
the
definition.
key's like a conceptual thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that itself, like so like.
That's explicitly contradictory, right? How could something conceptual, right, be produced by something material? Like, what are you?
No, because he literally explained like there's limits to like the physical body, and then like, which means key is like a non-physical power in Dragon Ball. So like,
What do you mean?
I wish I could.
Wait.
That's all. That's all I can tell you.
No, that's a bad. No, but that's a bad inference, right? Just because the human body has like a physical limit, and key is able to supplement that physical limit, doesn't therefore grant you that key itself is beyond physicality. That's a bad inference. That's a terrible inference.
Not really terrible. I just don't know.
Why can't key just be? Why can't key just be supplementary and not like within that paradigm? Regardless, though, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, just to help you out, bro. The only thing that outer does is it just like gives you a different interaction model. You being able to interact with conceptual things doesn't now change your AP. Like, there's no argument for like, why outer versus AP is gonna be superior for like hyperverse or even like planetary or something like that.
I'm not gonna
Like,
lie.
I don't even know why people trust her or not.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is pretty bad.
Why can't you believe what I'm saying?
AP.
Like, I don't really argue for outer. Like, I only argue for outer if the other characters outer.
You know, people use these type of skills for other verses too to get the character outer. Okay, most characters ontology are not even outer anyways.
I mean,
like everyone use like most.
It depends on like what you classify or what you define outer to be. But if you define outer against like a non like
definition for outer is like a character that can affect or destroy a realm that transcends a lack of constant time, space, and dimensionality.
I mean, I don't hold to these notion that most characters are outer to be anyway. So,
well,
I just know the characters that I have from outer.
Well, yeah, but in fiction they could. Bro. It's fiction, that's why. Let's just say I create a story, and the character could affect and destroy a realm that.
Yeah, it'd be fiction.
They would be out of them.
Yeah.
I'm creating them to be out. And then I put the same in the source material itself that it lacks the constant space.
Yeah, that's fun, right?
So I don't get it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not disagreeing that outer doesn't exist, right? What I'm saying is outer AP doesn't. Like your character could be outer. I just don't think the AP.
You see
is
right here, they can affect me. Now this is something to do with AP. It does exist. It does. But if you have other people,
it's just gonna be like a different Yeah, it could be like an interaction model in the sense that when they reach outer, they're able to interact with things that's also in outer, right? But when you reference outer AP within a debate with the other characters, not conceptual, or is an idea, then the AP genuinely doesn't matter in that instance. It's just going to be like a bridge to the interaction model. Unless you want to tell me like why Goku like clashing and destroying something that's conceptual, it's gonna therefore mean he could beat something that's not conceptual.
If it's sitting in the source material itself that is conceptual and the character can affect it, then yes, like they were skilled to it, and yeah, it is conceptual.
That's not what I asked though. Like, No, that's not what I asked. Like, if a character is able to like affect something that is conceptual, why does that now grant that he's going to be able to affect something or beat someone who's not?
He's someone who is not. What you mean? Like you're trying to say beat someone that's not outer?
Like, for example, right, let's say if Goku's outer, right, and he's able to affect like conceptual things, right? Why is he not going to be able to beat someone who's like fucking planetary?
He would be someone. He would easily be someone there. And no, like characters that he
Yeah, obviously he's gonna beat someone
the skill that would skill to him as well would be outer because they're all relative to each other. So like again,
so that doesn't that doesn't wait. Obviously, I'm giving you a hypothetical here, right? So I'm telling you within this paradigm, let's say for example, right, all Goku has ever done is affect something that's conceptual, right? So he's affected things that's conceptual. He exists within this world that's immaterial, aspatial. I don't care what it is, right? Why does that no grant he's able to beat someone who's planetary?
well, I'm not gonna lie.
There's like genuinely no inference there. Like obviously the character could affect like immaterial things. He has this like state of existence. But that doesn't now mean that there's this interaction model to where he's just gonna interact or I guess like one shot the planetary character. There's genuinely no argument for that. Who is this
Yeah, like
necromancer, bro? Is this dude dumb?
huh? With the guy in the chat, I don't
No,
know.
not you, bro. Not you.
Like who's this guy in the chat talking to? Is he saying it to like Victory or me? Like I do not know. He doesn't say the name.
He's most likely talking. He's most likely talking to me since I basically said I've voted like nothing like right now. But I'm granting the outer. I'm just not granting that outer beat someone's planetary.
Yeah, but like let's just say a character is out of versal, but another character that is not out of versal, then that character will win because why they have the better feats and stuff, and then that's just how it is in the debate. Like that other character would not win.
Well, I don't even know what you mean by I don't even know what you mean by better there, right? Because what's better about it? Like there would just genuinely be no interaction. If your ontology is outer, how can you
like,
interact with something that's not outer?
That's
That's not
ontology. If
outer.
your ontology is
You would be
outer as
conceding
well,
that your ontology.
then that's different. But like again, their ontology doesn't have to be outer. Like so, like I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you're
I'll just forget it.
wait. So then, okay, like, oh, okay. So like, oh, I think I understand what you're saying, right? So you're conceding that their ontology is not outer, but they're able to affect these structures, right? Even if I grant that,
this is what we
right?
do for
Then that grants. Okay, then that's fine, right? So if his ontology is not going to be outer, right?
Oh my god! Don't tell me this.
Or he's not. Yeah, so if his ontology is not going to be outer, right? Then his ontology has to be something. So then you would have to give a different argument for his ontology. And then you would have to bridge the gap for why him having defeat of non-physical interaction. It's going to mean that he could therefore beat, like, I don't know,
Just put on the arm.
beat someone like,
Put on the arm. Think for that now.
like, I don't know, like a random
Put
character.
on Molo.
I don't know, like what do you? Yeah. Cause like, he's gonna have like that outer versal power within him now. He's gonna have that. You have to realize that.
Yeah, he's going to have the ability to interact with things that's non-physical, but him interacting with something that's not physical doesn't mean anything. Every character in question is physical. Like, what does that do for him?
Well, then let's just say he's in a battle with a character that's like. This is not like. Are you trying to debunk? Are you trying to debunk this? This is not a debunk. Did that character
No,
have
I'm not.
outer versal strength too? But like, it's simple, like,
What is outerversal strength? How is that going to work?
I'm quick into all this weird. This is simple, bro. This is going nowhere. Like Victor, I can't.
What is that? Wait.
Bro, Victor,
So,
bro,
for example,
what are you trying to do right now, bro?
so for example, right? Let's say like Goku, right? He goes in other world. He lifts up like fucking 500 tons of something that has no mass, no material, no composition, right? He goes to Earth, right? Now, does that mean that nigga could lift up 500 mass of something with actual mass? Like what?
Bro. Again, like, oh my god, bro.
That nigga lifting up straight nothing, bro.
There's like no point. Like, if you have a judge here, they would say I win this argument, bro, for outer. Like,
And bro, you can bring people
I'm
way up
telling you, bro,
now, bro.
AP outer is a skill too. I don't know why you're trying to say ontology.
Bro, we could debate with wait, who do I have us on mutual team? We could debate with people boy. We could debate with people boy as judge.
Bro, that man is going to pick.
I wouldn't trust Paperboy, my guy.
He's going to say like AP, like nah. He's a.
Who else? I don't think that. Who else? We could pick Soup El Superante. Like El Superante is also like both of our meets.
We got people vote here, bro. There's 8 people here. They can vote who won the argument. Like, you can say like.
I mean, sure, but you haven't really refuted anything I said for Wally though.
I mean, like, we moved past that now. We're just talking about like, is outer versus AP like true, like, or it's
Yeah, I'm saying there is like
again, it could be both, man. We're going for votes. I don't care.
So I could argue for like why outerversal AP is like nonsensical, right? When we talk about outerversal AP, it's usually in reference having like some form of interaction between conceptual things, right? The idea of things, right? So if you're able to have this conceptual interaction, that's not necessarily AP, right? That's just an interaction model or an interaction bridge. Just because you're able to interact per se, right? Let's say within Ben 10. Oh, not Benton. Well, Benton. I could just use Benton, right? Benton. He's able to interact with this metaphysical ghost, right? Right? Then he just gets curb stomped within the next scene, right? That doesn't now mean that the physical thing that curb stomped him just scales to this outerversal level as well, right? All that means is there was a bridge that was granted to him to where he could interact with these models, rather than it giving him this dramatic boost in what people would like colloquially call AP. Like it's nonsensical to say that outer AP above everything else. It's just an interaction model bridge. It just bridges interaction.
Yeah, if you're affecting that thing, then it's not just interaction. Like it skills like to you like you could like destroy that structure as well. Then
even if you,
AP, that's why AP is like attack opponents say like, oh my god, victory, bro.
Even if you're able to destroy that structure, you being able to destroy a structure that's going to be conceptual in nature, or doesn't necessitate that you're going to be able to destroy everything in the tiers below it, right? Just because you could destroy, I don't know, the concept of love, doesn't therefore grant you the ability to also destroy the planet, right? Because you're having two completely different interactions there. The interactions are just not the same. You would have to justify the two interactions.
Hold on, bro.
What does nigga?
I'm saying the poll up. I don't care. I'm still doing that. Honestly.
Yeah, bro. You could do the poll, bro. Who's like the most
well, the
complex
poll is
that
gonna say like it's gonna say like who arguments is better, COVAFresh, outer AP, and outer ontology. Meaning like both could exist, or victory, on outer ontology only. That's going in poll.
I mean, they could have like the ability to interact, right? But that still doesn't grant them like this AP boost that you think it does. Like you don't need like ontology to interact. I could agree to that. I could probably even concede to that, right? But
yeah, they concede to me, bro. You already know I won. Like I don't
relax yourself, right? Even if I concede to that, that still doesn't justify or boost your AP. Onto physical things. What I'm trying to say essentially is that outer AP doesn't necessarily grant that you scale over all the tiers or affirmated scales
okay,
above
guys,
you.
the poll is up. Like, who arguments better? COVAFresh, that like outer AP and outer ontology exists, or victory outer ontology.
Well, I clarify my position.
Sorry, this vote, bro.
No, I don't need to vote for myself, bro. That's sad.
No, I'm not. We're not voting for ourselves. That would not make sense.
That's sad. Where's people, boy, bro?
Bro, people just like be on your side, bro. Especially when the guys talk about, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
I
don't want to do that.
I want to
forget that.
I want to talk to people, boy, about something as well.
Cause that guy left a long time. All right, 12 seconds left.
He said he was gonna take a nap. There's only like one vote though. That's fine.
One vote? Oh my
That's
god.
because it ain't fucking letting me vote, bro. I couldn't fucking.
click on
It wouldn't let me do shit. I did click on it, my guy.
What
I
was
clicked on
the
your name like 7 times.
Wait, who?
Well-
Where is it? It's not showing me. Like, oh my god, this is stupid. Did I do it wrong? What just happened?
No, it did appear, but when the vote, when the timer like this appeared, it just evaporated.
But we only had one vote, and who the heck was that voted for victory? Who is that?
Obviously,
No
bro.
idea.
Oh, I think that was Minnie. Well, not yeah, Minnie. Me and Minnie are cool. I'm cool with him. All right, we can just say like it's a draw. Cause like I think someone else is
Yeah,
going
this
for
is
me,
just
so it's a
dumb,
draw.
bro. This is like going back
Yeah,
to
cause it's
know.
going nowhere. Cause and if I'm being for real, I'm slammy on this topic anyway. So but
He won't,
it's a
bro.
draw. It's all good.
He won't, bro. Anyone come forward see that I won, bro. He didn't respond to anything I said.
Bro, the Wally West argument that's fine, but we just move on to like the outer argument, like if outer AP
It doesn't
exists,
matter,
and
bro.
it does.
Wally just slammed. Wally.
He
I mean,
doesn't
you would
slam.
take my
Goku and Thor slams Wally West.
Who's what's the argument that Goku
about
or slammed
Thor,
Wally
but
West?
like
They just let's just say that. All right, you know what? Let's just say they all skill the same way.
They don't scale the same way. They
No,
don't.
obviously not. Wily West doesn't skill to them because he's weak. He's just fast. I mean, that's
Bro,
it.
I'm not gonna lie, I could make Wally West have stick level AP, and this nigga
No,
still
that's
slap.
then you lose the debate. I'll just get my
Why
cousin
would I
like
lose?
house level. He'll win. Because like
How
you
do
have to
they interact with
understand.
Wally?
You're trying to argue for hacks. Then
No, how do they interact with
are
Wally?
you trying to argue for hacks? Like
I'm arguing for his ontology.
What do you
Why
mean
are
you're
they gonna be
to
different?
sick level then? So he's also he's sick level. What he's
He could be stick
2D
level. He could be stick level, right? But if Wally, like I said, within the skill, right? If Wally is gonna be able to move in a state that's gonna be beyond cause and effect, right? Then he's just gonna be pre-causal by nature. If within a debate, obviously there needs to be these win conditions, right? These win-lose conditions, right? All these win-lose conditions are gonna be abided by some form of causal chain. Since Wally's above this causal chain, he's gonna win regardless.
That doesn't make sense because if you haven't sick level, then he's not gonna be above any of this. You do
He
realize
could be stick
sick
level.
level is
Why
like
does he lose? He could be stick level. Why does he lose, bro? Honestly, why does he lose?
he's not doing any damage to anyone.
Yeah, he's
How
not
the
doing
fuck
any
is he
damage.
win?
Because
He's not
it's
gonna damage
higher.
Goku or Thor. How the fuck is he
Wait,
gonna
If
win?
he's sick level, we're in a planet, so Goku can just blow up the planet.
Relax
and he's
yourself,
done
bro.
for.
Can I respond? Can I respond, bro?
It,
Can I
Yeah.
respond?
it wouldn't matter.
Yes, yes.
He's faster.
Yeah,
if, if Wally's not doing shit because he's a stick level, so he can't fucking damage anyone,
Wait, can I-
then the
can I
fight doesn't
respond?
even end.
Okay, bro. Can I respond? All right. So I'm gonna just give like a simple conditional, right? So, simple monoponents. My bad. If Wally is stick level, and Wally is able to interact before cause and effect, then any character binded or bounded by cause and effect is necessarily not going to be able to interact with Wally, but Wally has aforementioned hacks that would just negate the debate entirely. He just absorbs all of their speed. He absorbs the causal chain entirely. Negates the
Can't he
entire
only
debate.
absorb the speed of people who use the Speed Force?
What you said?
I'm pretty sure he can only absorb the speed of people who use the Speed Force.
That's not even true. The speed force is gonna be the causal chain, right? So if you're within the causal chain, he's just gonna be able to do it to you regardless.
Or man say that he will get him sick level. He so when Goku committed the stomp on him and he's done.
Wait, even let's say that I agree that
Scale
Goku.
no durability.
Even if I agree that Goku, listen. Even if I do agree that Goku could one shot Wally, or even if I concede a point just to prove a point, you would still need to prove that Goku could
Let
round
me
that
tell you
attack.
something. You do realize
can't
that
prove
Goku, you do realize that Goku like gets Wally West and punch him one time, he's done for, right?
Wait, can you prove that he can?
Shatter
Can you
Wally
prove
West's
that?
body. You do realize
Can
that,
you
right?
prove that he could hit him? Can you prove he hit him once?
Oh, he could definitely catch him, man.
Can you prove that? You want to give the argument for why Goku touches Wally West?
I mean,
You want to give that argument?
we're not really debating. We're just talking about like what would happen. Like,
can't.
for real.
What could happen in a fight? He's not going to touch Wally.
He would touch Wally.
Why would he touch Wally?
Like
You can get Goku to immeasurable speed.
yeah, Goku
The
is
same way Wally
I don't
scales.
care if they do not understand the argument. Even if I can see that Goku's immeasurable speed, right? He's still gonna be fluid within causality. I'm saying Wally's gonna be beyond causality.
Why is he beyond causality?
Do you want me to give?
Yeah, because I wasn't here when you
So
said that, so I'm missing a lot of context.
So simply, right, the speed force is going to be the causal chain. Wall is going to be beyond the speed force. Therefore, he's going to be beyond the
He's
causal
not beyond the speed force, though.
He literally outran the
His
speed
power,
force.
it comes from the speed force.
That's
How
not
can he
even
be beyond
true.
it? Yes, it
That's not
is.
even
That's
true.
literally where his speed comes from. It is the speed force.
You think not?
everything.
It's not even I think that. It is a known fact.
Oh,
That is
okay, bro. You want to prove
speedsters
that?
get their speed from.
You want to justify that? You want to go DC Ultra, DC Ultra? Let's go. You want to prove that?
That's not Bart becoming the speed force. That's the speed force taking
Wally,
the shape of Bart.
You're stupid. Wally, I am the speed force. What is he saying? Read it again. Wally, I am the speed force.
That can literally be the speed force talking. We know it can make physical avatars to
You want to bet
talk
on
to
that?
people.
You want to bet on that too?
That's literally... How the fuck are you saying, do you want to bet on something that is common knowledge?
You're stupid.
That's
you're
not
actually
literally...
stupid.
No, I'm not the one who's stupid. That's literally the speed force
What
taking the
form
form of Bart.
2026.
On God, it's Dragon Ball reading fans comprehension. He's literally confirmed to be the speed force.
Okay,
Within
you can
DCK.
get out of here. No, we're done with you. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with someone who can't even actually prove a point and their own
Yeah,
evidence.
but that's me to you guys, bro. I was done with my debate with Victory. That was your guys' debate. That was your guys' debate, bro. You guys going to have to like.
Not to mention the debate was going fucking nowhere. His own evidence literally proved Bart as the Speed Force. It was just the Speed Force taking shape of Bart. That doesn't mean they are one in the same person. My fucking god. His own evidence debunked him, which is fucking crazy. But I had the same thing with someone on Discord where they kept saying GT Goku is stronger than Xeno Goku. And I was like, Dragon Ball Heroes literally proves to you that Xeno Goku is stronger than GT, not just because he's massively stronger through the timeline, but no, it wasn't a video. It was someone on Discord. They were like, "Oh, no, GT Goku's the strongest Goku," and I was like, first of all, you never fucking proved that. Second of all, when they said, GT Goku's stronger than Zeno, I said, first of all, Zeno Goku is a much stronger GT Goku because he's had years of training since GT. Second, he has some levels of God Ki because that's what Limit Breaker is. Third, we see Zeno Goku neg-diffing villains that GT Goku was struggling with. What do you mean GT Goku is stronger than Zeno? We literally see Zeno Goku like one-shot Omega Shinron that took a Super Saiyan 4 Goku to beat. And actually, Super Saiyan 4 Goku didn't even win. It was when he transcends beyond the mortal realm is when Goku wins. So it's not even GT Goku at that point, because it's literally confirmed that the Goku that shoots the Spirit Bomb that destroys...
Good debate I haven't.
I wouldn't say that was a good debate, my guy. I wasn't even here for like 90% of it, and that shit was just stupid.
Yeah, I didn't mean the button in the chat, but it's the same argument I've heard for the people who say, like, who beats Gojo, and they throw out a lot of theoretical concepts, and if this is true, then this also must be true because this is true, circular logic arguments, but never provide any actual feats or proof to back what they're saying up.
Wait, you were here for the whole thing. Like, who argued better for, like, what is out of...
Here's the thing. I can't even say who argued better because he kept cutting you off and shifting the burden of proof to you.
So, realistically, I... Probably that one.
I'm sorry, repeat that? I didn't hear you.
No, I'm saying, like, realistically, I probably won that debate against Victor then.
At that point, I think it stopped being a debate and became an argument. So I don't think there really was a winner. if that makes sense.
I mean,
All right, so I guess
I
I draw then.
Yeah, call it a draw. Call it a draw.
I did say it was a draw earlier too, but
Yeah, you said it was a draw 15 minutes
You want
ago.
him up here, yes or no? On victory.
I'm sitting here like, why is the host
No,
of the
why is he
live
coming
letting this
back
guy
up?
keep yapping if he said it was a draw?
Yo, so I just want to say something, right? Could you define what monosponence is? Since you think if-then statements are not going to be logically sound.
I'm not interacting with you.
Oh, so you don't know what logic? You don't know logic, but you want to.
That's not what I said. I said I'm not
No, we
interacting
do know
with you.
logic. It's just that you failed to provide said logic.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, JJ.
Again,
You
your
don't know
own
anything you're talking
statement of saying no. Okay, you don't know what you're
JJ,
talking about. Your own
JJ,
evidence
JJ.
literally debunked you.
JJ,
Your
I'm
own
gonna make a
evidence was
video
against
specifically on
you.
you. JJ, I'm gonna make a video on you. Like,
Sure,
you'll see
go
the-
for it, my guy.
All right,
And
so
watch
you
your
don't need to
own
talk to
evidence literally prove you wrong.
JJ,
Watch
you
your
don't need
own
to
evidence
talk.
prove you wrong.
JJ, did you read the comment?
Your own evidence proved
Did you
you
read the
wrong.
comic?
I don't need to read the comic if the evidence you provided proved you wrong.
What proved me wrong? Give the argument.
Your literal evidence of saying Bart
What proof?
is the Speed Force. Again, it was just the Speed Force taking shape of Bart.
Can you justify that? Can you justify P1?
Your own evidence. The
Could you
fuck
justify
mean?
P1? Could you
The
justify
literal
P1?
panel you sent.
You're begging the
proved that.
question. You're begging the question. Could you
I'm
justify
not begging
P1?
the question. You're just
Okay, so
hoping
what
that
was the
your own
argument for
evidence was
P1?
against you.
What's the argument
To
for
be
P1?
fair, Victory's
own
partially right.
evidence.
Bart is an
I know.
avatar of the Speed Force.
He's not an avatar of the Speed Force. He is the Speed Force in Flash 2023. You're confused.
I'm not confused.
You are confused.
Sure. Okay.
Right. So, what's the argument for P1?
This fucking guy.
What's the argument for P1?
P1 is you're fucking stupid and you should leave because
Okay, is that
no
an
one wants
argument?
to interact with you anymore.
Is that an argument?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to argue with you because your own
Okay,
evidence literally proved you wrong,
Oh, so you're
and
begging
you're
the
just
question
coping
again?
at this point.
Okay, so you're begging the
I
question
don't give
again.
a fuck.
Interesting.
Sure, whatever helps you
Interesting.
cope. Whatever helps you cope.
Interesting.
Whatever helps you
Interesting.
cope. Whatever helps
Interesting.
you cope.
Interesting. So, like I said previously, there's like a set of dumbasses who can't justify an argument, who can't even
Yeah,
tell what
you're one
monosponence
of
is.
them. You're one of them.
What is monosponence?
In fact, I would put you at the highest of one of them.
What is
Which is
monosponence?
crazy because I had someone say Deku beats Goku with full seriousness. I would
And you
put
wouldn't
you
even be able to
above him
argue.
in terms of
You wouldn't be
stupid.
able to argue it. You wouldn't be able to get the argument.
You can't
Yeah.
argue. You kept going in circular fucking shit against
Name one
Kova.
circular-
I
name
didn't. I
one-
wasn't here for 90%
Name
of
one
your
circular
fucking
argument that I
debate,
gave.
and it was just stupid.
Name one circular argument that I give.
Every time you kept going, oh, Wally would be above this, and that means this, and that means that.
That's monosponence. That's an
You
if-then
said
statement,
that
right?
like 5 different
Is-
times.
Is an if-then statement circular? Is monosponence circular?
You didn't give evidence. You just kept saying.
Dumbass. So typically when we say monosponence,
Okay,
it's
sure.
if-then
So
statement.
what?
So
So what
if-
we've proved is you
so-
can't track your own argument.
what is monosponence?
Why are you
can't track
shifting
your
the
own
burden of
argument.
proof?
Don't ask me for something else.
Okay,
Don't
so
ask me
typically when
something else
we say
because you're just
monosponence, it's going to be
coping.
an if-then statement, right? Okay, relax,
Okay,
right? So when we say monosponence, it's going
what
to be an
evidence
if-then
did you
statement, right?
provide that
So
Wally was
if
above
this-
causality, other than you just talking?
Okay, so the evidence
all
was
you
simple,
said-
right? I
all-
provided what
no,
these people.
you just
Oh
said-
my days, can you shut up?
You didn't provide anything. You just said that's not evidence.
Okay, so wait, so Kova was here. I gave Kova every evidence he asked for. And if Kova thinks I'm lying, Kova could speak up right now. Did I not provide everything you asked for?
Context. You provided nothing.
I
You
literally,
just said.
that's an evidence statement, right? So typically when we ask for proof, the argument is just going to be deductive in nature. There's no, unless you ask the empirics, you did not say empirics. You ask, so why is this going to be the case? You're slow.
Yeah. So that means provide evidence. Don't just yap.
Evidence within
If I
itself
told,
could be.
if I
Oh my
told
days, can you shut up?
Go
So
10 beat
evidence
Superman,
within-
would you want evidence?
Do you think
Or would you
evidence is
just
only
say,
empirical?
oh no, I would just say.
Do you think evidence is only empirical?
Okay, so that's again a burden shift because I asked you a
That's
question
not it.
first.
That's not our burden shift, right? So typically, when I
It
provided the
absolutely is a
argument,
burden shift
oh my
because I
days,
asked you something first.
okay, you're
And
not
then-
able to track,
okay,
right? You're
no,
not
we-
able to track.
No,
Okay,
you're the one who can't track. You can leave.